Hello dear students, today we will do the grammar topic models and we will learn how to use the models in language, English in speaking, learning, writing, reading and in all the skills. The main characteristics of the models are, first of all, they are a special type of auxiliary verb. They alter or complete the main verb sometime. They express idea such as capacity, possibility, obligations, permission, prohibition, supposition, request, desire, etc. So it means when we want to express the ideas, when we want to express the mood, when we want to express the expressions, we use models. They can also include the level of formality in the conversation. Sometimes they are used for formal conversation. Sometimes some of the models are used for informal conversation. They don't take s for the third person singular like the auxiliary verb, the helping verb. When we use the helping verb like do or does, we use s or es with the verb, but in using the models only first form of verb is used, not s or es is being taken with the verb. Some main modal verbs are there: can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, and there are some more so. First of all, we'll learn where should we use can. It can express ideas such as capacity, such as permission, such as request. So if we want to express anybody's capacity, if we want to seek anybody's permission, if we request anybody to do something, we use can as a model. Like the example given over there, she can speak French. So here can is used to show the capacity. Can you lend me your pen please? This is used to show request. He can come in now. This is used to show permission. The next model is could. Could is used to express possibility, past ability, suggestions and request. So let us clear the uses with example. Extreme rain could cause the river to flood the city. So there is a possibility. There is a possibility. Next comes young, he was the ability to run fast. Next comes could. Could I use your phone for a moment? So there is a request. There is a request that somebody wants to use some other's phone for a moment. So he is requesting him to use the phone. Next comes may. May is mostly used to express possibility, to give or ask for permission. Example is there: Maria may be at school or at home. So there is possibility. Maria may be at school, or one more possibility is there that she may be at home. So nobody that it is not confirmed where Maria may be, will be. May he leave the room with me? May he leave the room with me? This is asking for permission. So for seeking the permission also we can use may. Dear students, we normally asked to our teacher before entering into the class that may I come in sir or may I come in ma'am. So it means we ask for their permission to get into the class. Next is yes, he may leave the room with you. So he is giving the permission when he is being asked. So giving permission also can be used. Next comes might. Might is mostly used to indicate possibility. However, it can also be used to make suggestions or requests. So for possibility, there is an example. Your backpack might be under the desk. So there is a possibility that backpack might be under the desk. This is not necessary that it would be found there. Next is you might go to the Gateway of India during your visit. So this is a suggestion. Then when you will go to visit for Gateway of India, you might go to the visit. You might go to the Gateway of India during your visit. So when you will be on your visit, so you are suggested to go to that place also. Might I open the door? There is a request. There is a request, but not as may is being used to seek the request. Next is must. Must can be used to talk about certainty. Certainty, that is something you are almost then you should use might. It can also be used to talk about obligation, prohibition, necessity, and strong recommendation. For example, you must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. You must drink a lot of water to protect your voice. So it means if you want to protect your voice, so there is a strong recommendation that you must drink a lot of water. Sarah, you must do your homework. There is an obligation. There is an obligation. Students must pass this exam to be promoted. So there is a need. There is a need to pass the exam to be promoted to the next class, to next level. She must be sick because she never gets late. So there is a probability that if she is late today, then there is a probability, there is a possibility behind being late of her, that she must be sick. So these are the uses of must. Next comes shall. Shall indicates a future action. It indicates a future action. It is commonly used with first person, I and we. And also, along with this, it is used to show some suggestions, to give some suggestion, to give some predictions and promise. So, for example, shall we set the table? This is a suggestion. I shall never leave your side. This is a promise. She shall become the next queen. There is a prediction. And she shall become the next queen. So, like this, we can use shall to show suggestions, to show promise and prediction like this. It can also be used for obligation and expectations. For example, you should focus more on your assignment. You should focus more on your assignments. So there is an advice that you should focus more on your assignments except something other. Next example is there. I should be at work before 8 a.m. This is the obligation, that I should be at work before 8 a.m. This is my duty. This is my obligation. At this moment, they should be in New York. This is an expectation and where they should be. At the particular moment when the conversation is going on, the people or the person is expected to be in New York. He shouldn't smoke so much. That is recommendation, because that would be harmful for him. So there is a recommendation. He should not smoke so much. Next model comes will. So dear student, will is commonly used for future situations, and also it is used for request or instant decisions, like I will call you later. This is future action, future situation. Next comes, will you close the window please? There is a request. I like that t-shirt. I like that t-shirt. I will buy it. So there is an instant decision, because after liking the t-shirt, the person is ready to buy it. So these are the uses of will. Next comes would. It is more commonly used to create conditional verb tenses. It is used, if I were you, I would not do that again. If I were you, I would not do that again. There is second conditional sentence. Next comes, would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? So there is an offer. There is an offer to someone that if he would like some coffee. Would you turn down the volume, please? There is a request because the volume is creating mess for someone and he is requesting to turn down it. We would swim in the lake. We would swim in the lake for hours when we were kids. This is past habits that when we were kids, we usually go to the lake and swim there for many hours. So these are the uses of would. Next comes ought to. Ought to is used to advise or make recommendations. It can also express assumption, expectation when deserves, expectations when they deserve, and also strong probability. For example, she ought to stop eating junk food. There is a recommendation because junk food are always harmful. Sam ought to get promotion. There is an expectation because Sam deserved the promotion and he ought to get promotion. So there is expectation where some deservations or deservings are there. Somebody deserve when somebody deserves something, and then some expectations are with him, so that can be used with ought to. Sam ought to get promotion. So next come need. Need, it is necessity specifically in negative and interrogative sentence. The need is used as a model. For example, you need not bring a gift. So there is no need to bring a gift. There is no necessity to bring a gift. Next comes dare. It denotes the meaning of being bold and courageous, but in negative and interrogative sentence. So there is also used as a model when the sentence is given in negative and interrogative. So it is used to show some courage or being boldness. So like this, the example is there, dare we speak to him. So here is a boldness, here is a courage to show. Used to. It is used to express a discontinued habit or existence of past. Used to is used to express a habit or an existence of past which is not continue in present. Like this, till last year he used to come here daily. So this is the habit of he, but now it is not continue. So used to is to express the habit or the existence of past, but now it is not continue. So dear students, these are some models which are used in our English language to make it more effective, because when we want to express some expressions we usually use the models. So I hope you have understood the models as well as their uses. You are speaking more effective. Thank you and have a nice day.